Hi guys, and today we're going to be doing the Space Marine Infiltrators build. That's what we're going to be doing today. That's the plan of attack. So we've got our instructions here, which says for our infiltrators, well, that's for our infiltrator sergeant, which I guess we could build in first, our infiltrator sergeant. And we're going to give this guy a little crack. Does that look better? Oh, yes. Oh, that'll do. Doesn't really matter. Okay, so that's the plan of attack for today. That's our plan. Build these infiltrators up, and as you can see, I'm using my Citadel mat to hold this booklet up, which is very handy for building. And it says 40mm bases that we want, so we're going to tap into our base pack from Shadowspear. And does it actually give us our size? I mean, I know that's a 40mm base, but there we go. Oh, 32mm base, should I say? 32mm, yeah, that is a 32mm base. But they could at least say on these bases like 32mm base, you know what I mean. Oh yeah, look, nothing to stick anything down with either. Right, okay, so it's just literally a base and you glue him on top. Okay, right, we've got a base. What else do we need? Well, if we're going for the sergeant, we need a 36. Ah, A36 there. There we go. Oh, and it means, is that sprue A? Oh yeah, yeah, sprue A. That's what it is. So we use sprue A from the box set. That's where it's referring to A from. Right, okay. Right, so that's A. Sprue A 36. Does it actually give us quantities of that? No, it just says A. Okay. Okay. Oh, that's the one with the 2 off. Yeah, it does actually give us quantities as well. Right, so A36. Just get in there and start chopping. We'll just grab those parts first. Okay, A31 to 30. A30. There's A30 and A31, which is that one there. Oh geez, that's going to be an interesting cut. So we've got to get right in there and cut that. Oh yeah, there we go, there's A, sprue A, after all that. There we go, that's in popped out. That's that bad boy popped out. Just point the camera down a little bit. Okay. So how much mould line removing do we need to do? Pop out our mould line remover. Pop that over there. And let's have a look-ski. I think we're just going to use a model knife on that. I caught that as I was cutting it. Possibly caught that bit on the clippers as I was cutting it up anyway. Okay, mould lines. Oops. There we go, there's a few of them. They've tried to hide them best they can. So we'll just bust these mould lines off. Oh, the mould line remover is pretty decent. It's shaving off the mould lines without completely destroying our model, which is quite a handy thing that you want on a mould line remover. Okay, and I really can't see anything there. Down the back side, literally his back side. And we'll have a little scrapey. That's our plan of attack. That's the plan of attack for today. So that's that guy, and we need to clean this guy up as well. So I don't forget to clean up this guy. Yeah, we'll clean up this guy, well, this guy and that guy. I'm not quite sure how much anyone ever sees mould lines, to be fair. You know, it's fine cleaning them up, but, you know, it's just sort of like good practice, really. You know, if you've got a really super nice mini, you don't want like snotty mould lines on him, do you? Okay, and there's just this bit that I think needs a hobby knife, or a file even. Let's try a file. I want the brown one, which is just nice and soft. Oops. Try not to catch the side of there. See, files are fine, but you have to be damn careful with them. You know, you can really screw your miniature up by filing the wrong bit or catching something with a file. But they're handy just in case you've got an awkward bit. An awkward section, you know. You just want to sort out. Okay, that's mould line number 1 off. We'll tackle mould line number 2 now. And just sort out this mould line like you do, no problemo. You know, just crack that bad boy off. And we should be good to go. I mean, the detailing is pretty funky, you know what I mean? Some pretty funky detailing on these bad boys. Which is coolios, you know what I mean? Happy days. That's the plan, and that's what we're going to do. Okay, scrapey. Have a little, that's a button, so we don't want to scrape that off. We'll just scrape that off, no problems. Happy days. Our Space Marine Infiltrator build is coming along nicely. We'll just get rid of these weird mold lines, which are, to be fair, mostly hidden. You know, to be absolutely fair. Oh, I'll just scrape that off. I think that's like hobby knife territory, to be clear. I think that's more suited for a hobby knife, but you never know. It's a nice plastic that they use. It's a really good plastic that I quite like. You know, but I don't know, there's something about resin that feels special. There is something about resin that does feel special. So that's always a nice little thing, you know. But apart from that, we're doing very well. Yeah, very well indeed. Indeedly doodlies. We'll just upload that and get things cooking nicely. Just take that off. So we've got that. Is there anything weird there? I don't think we can see anything weird there. Don't think we can see anything weird here. There's something there that just wants scraping away. Oh, his foot. They go down his foot. The detail on these guys though is getting so much better. They get better and better all the time. Okay, I've took the mold line off there, but not there. You're never going to see that bit. You're never going to see that bit at all. That's just getting over the top now. Okay, oakley, and we'll just post that. Warhammer 40k. Right, this goes on that, hopefully. So that is something that we're going to glue together. Oh, look at that, that went in perfect. See, the easy build Primaris that I did were far more harder to put together than this. This is just so easy. Just look at that, just, and then dunk, done. Absolutely no problem. Perfectionis, which is always a nice thing. Always a nice thing. Yeah. Right, I think it's time for some glue. How's that? Oh, we've got a little bit that needs cleaning up on that, but we're going to glue the backpack on afterwards, I believe. My plan is not to stick him on yet. So let's grab our Citadel plastic glue and go to town on it. Oops. There we go. There we go. Glue there and glue there. Get our glue on. Just cover it up because it seems to set very rapidly, the glue. If you don't get a big gloop ball on the end of your glue stick like I've just done, make sure you don't get a big gloop ball. Stick the lid back on and we just go plop. That is the plan. Let's go plop. There we go. Oh, that is so easy to build. Honestly, that is just so easy to build. And how are we doing for gaps? Not too bad. Oops. Hold it together longer even. Oopsie doopsie. Right. So, looking at gaps, that is not too bad at all for the gap. Please mind the gap. That is perfect. We're getting our infiltrator guy sorted out. And this is the sergeant guy. From what I can gather, this is our sergeant. Now, do we have head options? It says here. What head options do we have? I mean, do we have any head options or not? It's just A32. .32. Where am I looking now? Oh, jeez. He's there. I can't even see that. Right, so that's his head. Now, is there another head? I'm not sure. What we're going to do is we're going to cut his head out and have a quick look. That's what we're going. That's the plan anyway. So 32. Chop your head off, son. Just scrape that off. See, what I'm interested in is, I'm just interested in this guy's head. Can we have a helmeted version? You know, that's what I want to know. This guy. Does he have a helmet mode? That's what we want to know. Does this guy have an option where we can stick his helmet on instead? Like as in a helmeted version of him as the sergeant? I'm not sure. I am not sure, so we'll have to build him later. to glue his head on afterwards. So far we have a headless dude. Now that, does that just go on like that? Oops. Goes on like that. Do I want to leave you off? Or do I want to leave you on? Oh, right, that's why guys leave it off. Right, the guys usually leave the backpacks off because otherwise we've got to paint there. Right, okay, got you. Gotcha, right. So that's him glued together. And I think we're going to need some blue tack to hold these guys together. You know, to sort of say this it goes with this, goes with this. Possibly. Or I can just lay them out and keep them ready. Right. Okay. Let's get rid of some mould lines then, guys. We're on the hunt for mould lines. Today, in the hunt for mould lines, we have the Battle of Diddly Diddly. See, I'd use a file on this, but I've done that in the past and I didn't like what happened. Okay, I'd say that's pretty much clear. I mean, the detail on these is friggin' amazing. See, what I like about this mould line remover is that if you slip, you don't take your finger off. Whereas with a hobby knife like this, if you slip, you are taking your finger clean off. So I don't care what people say about the mould line remover being unnecessary. I think it's brilliant because I don't want to lose my fingers, thank you very much. This is a far safer tool to use. Okay, there's something along his head, but something enough. Also, it's not as brutal to the mini. Oh no, don't take his ear off. They've got smell on his hair. But if we just break up that mould line, I'm sure we can get away with it. This is so fiddly. Perfectos. Jeez, that is so detailed. Right. And we just glue these bad boys down, do we? What I'm going to do is I'm going to obviously glue him down, but not glue his arms on. Use a liberal amount of glue just to make sure he sticks. And try and aim. Oh, they sort of say stick him towards the back, so we'll try and stick him towards the back then. Yeah, that's towards the back. is gluing nicely. Right, A32, A34 and A33. $34. Oh right, it's just slung over. Whoa, that's slung over, and then his arm goes on top. And then 35 goes on top of that. Jeez. Okay, that's quite a clever way of doing something. So we've got 34, 33, and 35. And that's his shoulder pad then, is it? That's just literally his shoulder pad. Mad. That flex is in there, which is a bit naff. Okay, I think my mould line remover needs tightening up already. It's brand new. Okay. That is that. And we'll clean up this guy as well. We're going to drill the bolter. I don't know. Oh, look at that, his little panel. That's pretty cool detailing. Yeah, that detailing's pretty cool. Look at that detailing. He's got a little flip up panel with like controls in it, which is cool detail, that. If we can get this damn mould line off. I mean, the mould lines aren't too prominent, luckily. So the mould lines are off that. I think the mould lines are off this best we can. And then we just need to sort out this bolter. How are we going to put that on? That goes on like that. if we glue that on, that is going to... Right, okay, it goes over that sort of blam spot. That is going to cause us so many headaches with painting. We've got to leave this bolter off for painting. Now what happens if I just stick this dude's arm on there? Now if I stick this dude's arm on, that's going to be a nightmare for painting as well. Okay. So we've come to the conclusion that they're all going to be a nightmare for painting. Brillianty. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to partially build these, and then what we're going to do is we're going to just partially build everything and then spray paint and then come back to it. Right, this is our bolter. We're going to just clean up our bolter now. Clean that bad boy up without damaging anything. That's our plan. Clean him up. Oh, it's got a tiny more line there. Just run our thingy down. Okay, that looks fine. That I can't feel any resistance on. Right. So our sergeant in bits consists of his head, which I'm hoping there's a helmet option for, but we won't know till we get further into the kit because the instructions aren't saying there is an option. His backpack, which is the same for just basically everyone's backpack, and then some really cool detail on his bolter, bolt pistol, his arm there, arm goes there, and his head. And those are our parts for the Infiltrators Sergeant. That's our Infiltrators Sergeant. So I've just got to find a way of keeping all these bits as part of one. This build wouldn't be complete without drilling out the bolters, which is going to be a tight one on the bolt pistol. It's going to be a tight drill. So let's drill this bad boy out. There's our teeny tiny drill bit. So once again, the Citadel pin vise drill is going to get some action. This has become a worthy investment, but it's only the same as a normal pin vise drill. I'm sure you can buy this a lot cheaper without the Citadel logo on, but for the sake of, you know, it's not that expensive. Right, okay, let's try and hit the centre of here. Always when you're doing a bolter drill, make sure that you aim for the centre with a hobby knife and just create a little sort of recess there, like just a little nugget there, just to drill this bad boy out. And also just make a check that your drill isn't actually bigger than the bolter, because otherwise we're going to have a bad day. So I'm going to drill him out, check that he's lined up. He is. Okay, this is some finely detailed work. Don't sneeze while drilling out your doodah. Oh, look at that, that is drilled to perfection. Now are we going to drill all the way along and then drill across? Oh, I do not know if that's a good idea. How big's that? The drill's kind of that size. Just experiment with that. That seems reasonable, that seems plausible. It seems plausible that we could drill that out. Ooh, I don't feel good doing this. I'm drilling it sideways, and I do not feel good drilling that out. Oops, there we go, we're through. There. And are we through that? Yes. I only ever recommend doing that drilling through the side if you're absolutely bang on. But yeah, that seems okay. That seems reasonable. We've drilled that out. That is a drill and a half. Full of pleasure. So if we compare it with our bolter there that isn't drilled out, we can see that we haven't really done too much damage to it. So that's perfect. Very happy with that. Okay, I'm going to try and drill this side bit first, just to get this going. Okay, drill that out. Not go too deep, just a little bit. And then drill the other side out. Again, just a little bit. Oh, popped through. Popped through nearly into my finger. But apart from that, we nearly got some good footage there on the camera, you know, pin vise drill through finger. Okay, so we've drilled that, and we're going to just put the centre mark on now. Try and get this central. Okay, I think that's as central as I dare get it, and pop that in, and again, just have a little drill, just a little drill. Check that we've got that in the middle. Yep, that is in the middle. And we are through. And there we have it. We have two drilled out bolters, bolt pistol and a is that a heavy bolter? I think so. It's not a bolt rifle, is it? It's just a heavy bolter. That, I don't know, I'll have to check the rules on these infiltrators. Okay, well that is cool. I'm happy with that. Very happy. Very pleased with my work. I am pleased with my work. I'll leave that pin vise there ready for the next one, because we're going to have the next one any second. Okay, geez, I could do with these being in like little boxes or something, but whatever. Right, okay, for now, I think we'll just place this guy over here, because, as I say, I do want to paint these parts individually, and then paint the parts individually and then stick them together. Right, let's move on to our next one, shall we? We are now moving on to just a standard infiltrator, number B. Infiltrator number B, coming up. Okay, so infiltrator number B is part number A14 and A13. Because we are not building this bad boy in order. So A14 and A13. A14, trying to not damage anything while we're doing this. A14 and A13. Okay, that's the big bit here. Okay. Choppy choppy, choppy choppy. And choppy choppy this guy as well. Right, that's the first bit sorted. We're going to use mold line remover again because it does seem to do a lot less damage to the Mini compared to a hobby knife. Especially with this soft, high detail plastic. And we've got some mold lines again along here. After doing the first one, I'm not too bad at spotting them now because I know where they're aiming for. They're just doing it pretty much standard as last time, but them molds though, like it used to be just a straight line and now they're actually shaping the mold around the miniature to reduce the mold line. So that is, you know, really good engineering in terms of Games Workshop's molds. You know, they have got some really good, clever guys working out the molds. Okay. Sort that out, sort this out. Sort you out. We'll just clean that up. Oh, and then that I'm gonna have to, I might need a hobby knife for that bit. Oops. There we go. Pop that off. Just make it a little bit more smoother. Get a bit of smooth on there. Smooth. Nice and smooth. Right, okay, we've cleaned that mold line off. We've cleaned this mold line off. And we want to just clean that off just a little bit. Scrapey, scrapey. Scrapey, scrapey. Now that's interesting. I think some of the backpacks are different. Which is an interesting one. A36, A36, and then he's A24, right. Okay. Right. That's that. Scrape that off. Scrape this off. We don't need a lot. Don't need a lot scraping off. It's just to sort of get rid of that initial mouldy lininess. Okay. That's that. This, what have we got on here? Very little in terms of mold line. You see, they're quite clever in terms of, you know, this guy goes over the top and hides everything. Okay, that looks okay. And we just take that off there. How do they do that bit? Look at that, where it's just a tiny piece. I'm going to just zoom in on that bit. How do they mould that bit there? And it just doesn't break off. That is beyond me. Right. Okay, we need some glue. I'm going to just hit this with a little blob of glue. Got some left over from before. Okay. Just put our plastic glue there. And wow, oh, there's a little bit at the bottom there. Do the sides want some? Maybe. Okay, and this is where the really interesting Games Workshop bit comes in, where that slots into that. Boom. Just like that. Bang. That's good modelling, that. Okay. I like the size of the Primaris guys. I mean, just the bodies alone, you know, they are alright. They are alright, these bodies, you know, compared to an old Space Marine. The sizes are right, you know, it feels right. I don't know why people moan, because that was a good change that they did. Check we picked up a 32mm base. Yes, we have. I'm measuring them because there's a few different bases in there. Right, okay, he's glued. We're going to glue his feet down. Just glue his feeties down. Okay, we've got some glue on his feet. And just pick a decent bit and die. He should be down. Sort of goes more in the middle, this guy. Right, that's the glue on. We're going to fish out the other parts now. So we need a 16. Oh, he's got his little bottle, little smoke grenade. A 16, a 17 and a 15. A 16, 16, 15, 16 and 17 basically. 15, 16, 17. 15, 16 and 17 there, okay. Plop that down. Go 15, pop out his head, cutting out his head. Ooh. We can proper do some damage if we're not careful. Whoops, there goes his head. 15, 16 and 17 is there. That's 17 on the sprue. Okay, there's 17. And we'll pop this off here. Boop, popped off. It sort of came off on its own really, that one. Right, and his backpack is A36 again, the same as the last guy. It's a bit of a shitty click there, but anyway. Okay. Just cut, and I've noticed that they've got clever as well. They've actually got it there, you know, like in rather than the bottom, like the older ones. They sort of put the mould into the bottom, but now they're just doing it on the edge because it's easier to cut off. Far easier to cut off. Right, okay, let's just choppy this, and hopefully the purpose of this video is giving you guys a nice good sort of like close-up look at these parts. You know, that's the main goal of this. Like, you, as I'm building it, you guys can be like, oh, look at this bit, you know, look at this cool piece here. where he's tossing a smoking grenade. He's smoking it. Right, okay, let's clean this guy up then. We'll just have a little scrapey there. Scrapey way. Oops. Dropping the parts. This is far stronger than resin, so no problems there. We'll just scrape that off. I mean, there is a curved bit, so we can use the curved area of this. Okay, that's fine, that's fine. I'm slightly disturbed by that, like I could have damaged it, but that's okay. Okay, let's just get that bit off. I think we've got that off. That off. And this off here. That's that, and that. That's perfect. So that part's done, that part's done. Oh, the thing is though, there's such detail. I mean, it's so easy to break these bits off. You know, I would say they're fragile, you know what I mean? They're not for kids, these models. These are for adult gamers, definitely. Or you know what I mean, young adult gamers. For sure. Absolutely for sure. So that's that. Right, okay, he's okay. Cleaned up him. We want to drill the bolter out, so we'll do that last. Let's just flick them bits off. I'll try and use the file on that. Right, okay, mold lines here. Let's just go over that. Along that edge. I don't know why I'm bothering, no one will ever see this properly, but I don't know, you could, certainly on the rounded parts, you're going to see something if you don't get rid of them mold lines. I'd rather have cool looking minis than like speed build, you know. I should buy 2 packs really, one for a speed build and one for a whatever, you know what I mean, a precision build instead. Okay, we've got our bolter again, and it just looks like a standard bolter with like some tactical added. And we'll just clean that up. There. Okay, that's that cleaned up. Not too badly. I mean, like I say, GW have done really well to hide any sort of mold lines going on. Just double check that bolter up there, that there isn't a weird bit there. Okay. That's that. Check that. Can't see anything weird on there. Right, so we've got one done. Oh, drill that. That's right, we're going to drill our bolter out. I mean, I like how they've got the mould pip on the end of the bolter, but at the same time makes it hard work to get a good centre. That is not in the centre. Okay, when I just drill this bolter out, I'm just got to be extra careful because it's a bit of an awkward one to do. But I'm sure we can do it. May the Emperor protect. The Emperor protects. Let's drill this bolter out. Oh yeah. We're drilling out our bolters, guys. We're doing this hardcore. Yeah, that'll do. It's okay, it's near enough in the middle for me. Okay. Then we're going to drill each side very carefully. And try and not drill through my finger this time. Okay, that's that, that's this. Do some drilling. Whoop, we're through. Okay, so our second guy, he's got that on his arm there. Alright, and they've got that just to pin it in. Now, do I just say sod it and glue that on? Because that shouldn't really foul up painting. You know, that's not going to really foul up painting. I mean, the only thing is we can't get easily into there, so screw it, I'll leave it off. There's our other side with our grenadage going on. You can position it wherever you kind of want, sort of thing. Oh no, there's a little pip there and there, just goes in there, so you can't position it wherever you want. It has to go in a certain position. And then obviously his helmet as well. Okay. Let's move him out of the way to his own little area. Because we want to keep these guys separate. Oops, that'll do. I don't want to lose any parts. Right. We'll now tackle what are we going to tackle? Number C. And we've got this strange, like, that symbol. What does that symbol mean? Does that mean carry on over the next page? Oh, that means dry fit stage before gluing. Right. Okay, so for this, dry fit stage before gluing, is that to that? Or is that going to be these bits? I think it's probably going to be these bits to there, I imagine. Okay, let's chop him out and get him ready. A19 and A18. 19 here. Just bust him off. Number 19. Okay, so that's that part there. Number 19 and 18 and 19. Okay, first. So we'll get 18 and 19 out. Cut that out there. Cut that out there. And cut that out there. Oops, right, he's popped out. So we'll tackle this first, just to get some little pips off, as to not foul up the build, because we don't want our build getting fouled up. Scrape that off. Okay, scrape that off. Very little mole lines going on, so that's always a good thing. You know, I mean, basically you wouldn't have to go mold line hunting too much. You could just, if you were speed building this, you could just blast off the mold lines, just, you know, on that shoulder pad there, and then just say screw it. You know, you could just blast the mold line off there, say screw it, and then you'd be on happy days, sort of thing, you know, almost certainly. Okay, so that's that there. We're going to, you know, glue this. Well, let's just check the other guy first. So that's the mold lines off that one. We're going to have to check this. Ah, okay, a few little bits and bobs just across there, which is easy enough to get rid of. That's easy enough to get rid of. Just along here. I mean, I'd love to speed build this, you know, but I just don't want to, you know, I want nice looking minis. I don't want speed build, speed paint, speed play, you know, it just spoils it. You know, I'm sure everyone can speed build this guy if they want to, you know. Take about 2 minutes to glue him together. It says dry fit, but I don't think this bit's dry fit. I think it's the other part that's dry fit. Okay, he needs that sorting out. Okay, I'm going to glue him. Get all the base. There's a few big bases, quite a few big bases on these guys, so, which is interesting. Just double check that that is 32 mil. Yeah. Paranoia on the old bases. Right, okay. I've gone down that, I've gone down that. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, let's glue him up. Get some more glue on this guy. These guys are coming together quite nicely. And again, here comes the magic trick. Plop. That is literally it. He's glued up. That is a good glue. These fit together like nice. They are hiding those joins really well. Like, how do you even know that that's a join there? That's the join. That is very clever how they're doing the moulds now. Very clever indeed. Right, so we have to glue that on, and then why do we have to glue his leg on? Why do we have to glue his leg on? I just don't understand that part. It must be so that they can pose them, and then you can get other legs and pose him in a different way. So we need part A20. Oh, there we go, there's 20. And like I say, you need to build these individually. Okay, we'll just chop that bit off. You know, if you go to spray paint these, we need to paint this stuff without gluing it all up at once if you want a pro paint. There's so much detail in them. And that part goes flying off into the ether. Nurgle will be pleased. Right. There's our leg, and our leg is going to go in there, like that. That is a very strange sort of thing. I've not seen that before. But so he's going to go on there, like that. But first we'll just check that that landing is nice and clean. Because like there's a burr there, so oh, I guess the glue will melt it. Yeah, so you'll be okay. The glue will melt it. Scrape that off. Just clean it up. Clean all that up. And clean up his leg. Okay, that's his leg nice and cleaned up. Oh, a little bit along the back. I mean, these mold lines are nothing. I'm not joking. These are nothing. Look, there's like, I don't even know what I'm doing. I think I've got OCD. But there we go. Right, we'll just scrape that off. No, I think my paranoia is that because I'm going to spray this metallic blue, that it'll somehow show up. So that's that. We'll glue that leg up. Should have put the lid on that glue because it can go funny, but anyway, that's that. Oops. Glue his leg on. There. Like that. Should we be gluing his leg on to paint? Yeah. Yeah, we can paint him like that, no problem. But we don't want to glue his arms on. Right, okay. That's our second guy there. but I must admit when I spray I'm going to have to be careful to mask these areas off with a bit of blue tack. Okay, his legs glued on, put some glue on his feet. Put some glue on his feet. Plop him down. And we'll be cooking. I do like my slots in bases though. It used to tell me where to go. Okay, check his leg. Oops. Check his legs, okay. Check that's okay. It's all glued up okay. Yeah, I think so. And that is a very well detailed part. A very well detailed part indeed. Okay. We now on A24, A22, 23 and 24. We'll zoom out slightly. Okay, well that's part 24. Oh, we've got two 24s. Okay. That's 24, 23. Oh, that's part 23. '21 is his head. '23 is head and 22. Okay, that's part 22 there. So we'll grab part number 22. Yet another bolter to drill. Okay. What I'll do is I'll clean these up and then I'll drill the bolt. And for our cool part, on this one, we've got another like little cool part. It's quite cool, very cool indeed. It's got like a little injector and bottles, which is, that'll be cool to paint. That'll be very cool to paint. Okay, that's that part. We'll sort his head out. If I glue his head on, will it do much bother? Oh, no. Oh yeah, it gets close to the shoulder pad, yeah. Oh jeez, that goes in the back there. That is so annoying. There we go. And we'll sort this out. I'll just sort his backpack out. Just cut along this mole line. And just cut that off. Scrape that bit off as well. There we go. So we've got that like that. Just take this off. And drill the bolter out again. Okay, that's the bolter drilled out. And drill out that guy. Okay, that's that. He's glued up. And we want to keep them parts there. Okay, that's his parts. Okay, that's those parts. Now we're on to number C. Oh, 4C and 4C. Oh, that's different. Oh, and then we do 2 of them guys. We make 2 of them. Well, how can we have 4C and 4C? He is different though. So that's that part. Let's just move our sergeant guy out of the way for a second before we lose his bits as well. We don't want to lose his bits. Right. Okay. Oakley dokley's. Right, let's go on to number 4C part 2. And we're getting A26, which is here. 26, which is his knee. 26 and 25. 26 and 25 here. Okay. Let's grab that. 26. Well, that was 25 and this is 26. Okay, just pop this guy out. Up here. We will grab a base for him as well. Oh, 27. We want part 27 as well. Oh, that part 27's there. Oh, jeez. Oh, that's his grenade, so there. That was a confusing bit there, which I'll just zoom in on. When you go to chop part 27 out, you want to cut it there, because that's the grenade. So that's the part that we want to cut. Okay. Grab a base. 2mm base again. Will this take 40mm bases? Yes, it takes 40mm bases. The only bases it doesn't take are 50. Oh, okay. That's okay. Right, just checking that my painting handle can take the bases. Right, so just clean this bad boy up. Because that wants cleaning up, because obviously when we glue it together afterwards we need a good seal. Okay, I can't see any problems with mold lines there. That's that bottom of that grenade, just wants a little bit of a sanding, I think. Just do a little sanding just to clean that up. Okay, go back round, and they are on very minimal marks on this model in particular, this Mini in particular. Okay, so that's those bits sorted out. Got a leg that we need to glue onto another bit, so let's sort this guy out. Just take off that mold line there. Take off this mold line here. Clean his feet up. And follow this mold line back. That's that one. And follow it back up. Is that supposed to be a mold line or not? No. Scrape that anyway, just to clean it up. Okay, go back along, just follow it back. Yep, that looks pretty good to me. And just clean up this other leg. Where's the mold line? Oh, it's there. Right, okay. It's that. Clean that up. Scrape that off. Okay, now we're going to glue these together. Which is a bit of a wonky sort of situation, but it's a very wonky sort of glue together. That, I mean, it all slots in, don't get me wrong, but that is a very wonky sort of wonky sort of way of gluing together. Just zoom in and see. A very wonky way of gluing this one together, but let's give it a bash. Won't give it no harm to give it a little crack, you know what I mean? A little crack in the oven. Nothing like a little crack in the oven. Oh yeah. Right, okay, let's get our glue ready and glue this one together, okay? Oops, our glue's been running, so we're going to have plenty of glue to get this guy on with. Okay, that's that. And get his leg. Oops. And this should just go plop together. Oops. And plop. Oh yeah, once it gets a bit melty, seems okay. Once the glue gets a little bit melty, so that's him in there. It's him glued up, which is quite good. And then we're going to just glue this back on. Put some glue on there, put some glue on there, put some... Does he need glue on his arm? Nope. Oops. Oh, jeez. Why do they have to do that to me? Oh, man. Yeah, it might be worth giving him a minute just to friggin' dry. Okay, get a bit of glue on there. And we should go for the magic plop, maybe. The magic plop. Plop. Okay. Got plenty of glue on him. Oops. Right, okay, that's an interesting bit. He has to like feed in there. So you have to feed him in there. Not too bad though. Oh, just clean that glue off there. Got carried away with the glue. Started gluing stuff I didn't need to glue. Right, oops, there's our glue dripping. For some reason our glue wants to drip. Citadel glue likes to drip. Be warned, chaps. Umbro stuff doesn't usually do that. Okay, that's on there, that's on there, and then we want to glue him to the base. And I don't know why he has a rock on his foot, but he has a rock on his foot, so wow, tactical. Tactical strikes again. Okay, let's put some glue on here. Oops, there we go. And just set him down close to the edge. Oh, I get it. It's like he's supposed to. It's supposed to overhang. They haven't got it overhanging, but I think on the instructions he's not overhanging, but I think he is going to overhang slightly. Okay, that's him glued up. Quite a intricate build, really, that guy. You know, he was quite an intricate build. Okay, let's get these parts. Part 24. I'll grab part 24 first. Okay, that's part 24. And part 28 and 29. There we go, it's 28 and 29. And 29. And we have yet another bolter to drill out. So we'll just pop that out. Pop that out. Okay. So we've got 24, 28 and 29 there. just tidy that little section up. Okay. Right, we'll do our usual on the backpack. Just to clean it up. There we go, just clean this up. That's that cleaned up. Clean this guy up. Just clean that off. There we go. Went a bit quiet for a moment just because I was concentrating on cleaning that bit up. You know, bit of a cleany sort of thing. Okay. That's that clean, that's that clean. I don't think we're going to glue him because if we glue him it'll sort of mess up the paint job. Are we going to glue that? I don't know, man. I don't know about gluing him. We're going to get some real nooks and crannies that we have to hit with the spray. But I don't know, like there's a lot touching his backpack. I think we're going to glue this guy in just for the sake of gluing him in. I think we're going to glue that part on. Usually I like to leave them off, but I think we're just going to have to bite the bullet on that one. Because it's one thing leaving his backpack off, but it's another thing, you know, I think I'm going to glue the heads on as well because they're just so easy to damn lose. Okay, that's that bit glued on. Then I think I'm going to mold line this while it's drying. Because I think I had to glue this on because it's touching parts of his chest, so. Okay, here's the gun. Clean that up. Have I cleaned this up? I think I have. to clean that off. We've got some more tactical here. Okay, that's that cleaned up. We're just going to drill out our bolter again and look another one. Drilled enough bolters today, put it that way. Right, we're going to drill this, drill this, yeah, okay, that's that drilled. That's that. Drilled out. Yet another bolter drilled out. Always a pleasant sight to see, a bolter drilled out. Now will it harm him if we put that there? Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't want that. We can't paint his bolter very well, can we? If we do that. If we glue that on there, how are we going jeez. If we glue that on there, how are we going to paint him? Yeah, it gets very compact very quickly. But oh, that was it. So that's there, and we can't. Oh, we can't paint them bits. Right. Okay. If that's there, we can't paint them bits. As in there. Right, because it goes right against that. And it blocks off access to painting all of that, so I think we'll leave that off. Okay, we're going to leave that off, I think, for painting, and this backpack off as well for painting, because it'll just foul up a few little bits. So that is our other guy. I think we're just going to go back to sticking heads on as well. We're going to glue some heads on so we don't lose them, I think. That's the plan. We don't want to lose any guy's head. The sergeant, am I going to glue his head on? No, probably not. The other guys, I am though. So this guy's head's going to get glued on. Yep, we're going to glue this guy's head on. I was going to leave the heads off for painting, but I'm concerned that I'm just going to lose the damn heads. The Space Marines are going to lose their heads when they meet Chaos, I'll tell you that. Meet that Venom Crawler. I like how they got the Venom Crawler, but like Chaos, but then like the Space Marines have got just the suppressors. Okay. Ooh, these heads are weird to glue on. I'm glad I'm gluing them on now. That's his head. He's gluing it on. Oops. Yeah, I think that should be fine for painting. There's a weird bit there that I want to just flick out. Weird bit of flash or something. So there's our tactical guys. Looking very tactical. Yeah, the sergeant I won't glue his head on, but apart from that, the other guys I will. So, that's him. And his bits. Right, we've got the other guy. Just one more head to glue on now. Gluing heads on, that's what we're doing, boys. Right, put some glue in there. And glue this bad boy down. Like I say, I was going to leave them off the painting, but I might as well glue them on. Because they're so tiny, I'm going to just lose them. Right, that's his head glued on. There we go. Okay, there we go. How many have we got? Got 1, 2, 3. One, two, three, 4. Okay, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. How many do we get in the box? Oh. Does it even tell us? It tells us on the back of the box. "10 Chaos Space Marines, 10 Infiltrators." Right, okay. Right, okay, so we're off sprue A and we're now on to sprue B. Very interesting. Where's sprue B? We are looking for sprue B. And our instructions, what is sprue B? Sprue B is the intercessor dudes, right, okay. Okay, we're on sprue B now. We'll get 5 and then 5 sort of thing. That's the plan. Oopsie daisy. Easy, baby. Slow down. Okay. Let's move on to this one. We got another base. 32 mil. Yep, that's the one. Right, and sort this out. Oh, we don't want to cover that up yet. Right, okay. So B12, B13. Part 12 and 13. I can see 13. Oh, 12 there. Okay. "12 and 13. That is our doodly doos, right. Okay. We'll sort out 13. Glue that together. Okay, that's the base. And clean up our mold lines again. Bits flying around everywhere. Okay, that's that. Get this. And scrape that off. Okay. That's that bad boy. That one, we'll just clean up this one. Just clean this bad boy up. That's weird. Just scrape that off. Clean that up. Happy days. Okay, this is this guy. And glue that one together. Glue him down. like that. Gluing down like that. Okay, he's glued nicely. Okay, we want part 15, B15 and B16. Zoom out that bit. Part 15 and 16. 15, oh, 28 is his backpack as well. We might as well grab that while we're here. Oh, that's where it says sprue B as well. Another bolter to drill out. 14 in his helmet. Okay, that's 14's helmet and 16. Yep, 16. Okay, that's all our parts off that sprue that we need for him. Just have a little scrape here, clean this guy up. Get rid of them roll lines. Okay, we're just on the last of the cleaning up of the mold lines. This was a bit shitty one. clean that up. That's cleaned up. That's his helmet. We'll clean this up. And just clean that off. Okay, and we're going to glue this dude's head on. There we go. Checking that's right. Okay, and blunk, stick his head in there. The heads do not want to go. Real problems with these plug down heads. Okay, we're going to drill out the bolter. Drill out our bolter. Get our bolter drilled out. That's pretty nice. So our bolts are drilled out, and I would say we're now ready really to start getting these guys sorted out. Are we going to put his arm on? Yeah, I think that guy's arm can go on. That's okay, because his gun doesn't go on there. So I mean it blocks slightly, but it blocks access ever so slightly, but I think we can get away with that. Okay. Let's glue his arm on. Okay. Let's glue this dude's arm on. That's not too bad. Like I say, with the other one, I'm not putting like that on. Screw that. What is it with the backpacks? Is it because it blocks access to that